This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. My brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2, is that there was a polling done, and it's being reported how most left-leaning Americans, or more than half left-leaning Americans, and this is talk about the blue team, the Democrats, all right, think that assassinating the president is justifiable, okay? And this goes to show you that politics, the debating, the voting, all right, on both sides are past, okay, that process. And both sides are willing to spill blood for their cause, okay? And this is the will of the Lord, all right? The Lord is setting America up, all right, to go into a huge civil war, okay? And it's looking like Donald Trump can set it off, all right? Because his policies that's he's pushing through with these executive orders and his doji team, okay, is pissing off the blue team, all right, the Democrats, okay, and so now there are talks of violence, okay, justifying the violence, all right, okay, in terms of assassinating a president, and so yeah, we're in these times, man. That's why our people need to wake the hell up, and you better not be protesting, all right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you should not be out there protesting at all, all right? You shouldn't be participating in any of this madness, okay? You are the children of Israel. What you should be doing, all right, is getting your head in that Bible, all right? And if you're a man of the Lord, all right, then you go on the highways and byways and teach the Bible, okay? And proclaim the coming of the Messiah, all right? And tell, all right, the people that walk this earth that judgment is coming from the Lord, from all the wickedness, okay? See, we have a message too, all right? It's a righteous message, all right? All right, declaring the year of our Lord, all right? And that's that's the good tidings. In fact, let me get that. Lessons within lessons. To bring good tidings. Should be in Isaiah. Yep, here it is. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. Right, the meek are the Israelites, okay? He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Right, the captives are the Israelites, okay? And to to say this, only the elect are going to receive this message, because most of our people, they're gone, okay? And the opening of the prison to them that are bound, right? Because we're the ones that are in captivity. We're not in our homeland. 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, Yahweh, and the day of vengeance of our power, right? Because the Lord's coming back with vengeance, okay? Yahweh Shai, who the word Inly calls Jesus, is coming back with the angels, all right, to judge, all right? In fact, let's go back to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1, the burden of Egypt, all right? And Egypt, all right, it's talking about America, Babylon the Great, all right? Because this is spiritually Egypt, all right? This is a place of our captivity, a place of bondage, all right? In fact, Edom and Egypt are associated with each other. Let me get Edom, Egypt. Here it is. Joel chapter 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land, right? Excuse me, in their land. So there you go. Okay. So these Edomites are going to be judged by the Lord for all the bloodshed that they did to our people. Okay. And this is how the Lord's coming back. That's why we don't need to be involved in any of these stupid ass protests, because it's insanity. All right. First of all, these protests are funded by, all right, the rich and powerful on the left hand side, all right, and they mainly use Jakes as cannon fodder, all right, because you're going to be the ones that are going to be out there breaking shit, so then Donald Trump can then bring in the military and slaughter y'all, which that's going to happen. He's going to implement Insurrection Act. That's why the scriptures talk about a fierce king, all right, a cruel lord and fierce king, and it's looking like Donald Trump, all right? It's looking like Donald Trump, because everything that's happened, especially this right here, Donald Trump is receiving this memo, all right, by his councilmen, okay? So, and you know Donald Trump, man, all right, he gonna make moves. He ain't just gonna sit there and talk. He's gonna do something, all right? So this is why you don't get involved in protesting, all right? If you want to go on the streets, on the highways and byways, all right, which first of all you got to be come correctly, all right, and you got to preach the right doctrine. All right, you got to be the herald for Yahweh Shai's imminent return, and that's why we're here once again. All right, back to this scripture. Okay, Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, Yahweh Bashim Shai, to comfort all that mourn. Right. Again, only the elect of Israel are going to understand this. 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty of ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness. Okay, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. So there you go. Okay, and when you have the understanding of the scriptures, the wisdom and knowledge, okay, of the scriptures, all right, and you see stuff like this, you already know, okay, hey, this is the Lord setting this up, all right, to bring about judgment. But the Lord is going to come, all right, himself, again, vengeance, right? Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. You see that? Okay, this is clearly talking about modern day Egypt, spiritual Egypt, which is America. Okay. 2, I'll read this again. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Oh, got to bring out another one. All right, because there's going to be class warfare, race warfare. Okay, then the military's coming in, which Donald Trump, there's reports of Donald Trump may invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807, all right, because of all, what's going on with the border, and of course these protests that's been happening, okay, all over the country this over the weekend, all right. So yeah, so let me get this one. This should be Zechariah chapter 14 verse 13. It shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor, right? On that day they will be terrified, stricken by the Lord with great panic. See, the Lord's setting up the condition so that they will fight their neighbors hand to hand. Exactly. The Lord is setting it up. That's why we give all praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So let me finish this off with the cruel Lord. You get the point. Okay. Well, I want to bring this out too. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Again, all right. None of our people should be involved in these stupid ass protests. All right. Mad at what Donald Trump is doing in his policies. Everything Donald Trump is doing is the will of the Lord. Okay. It's the will of the Lord. Okay. You're supposed to be prophesying, all right, about America is going to be destroyed, okay, in thermonuclear fire, in, all right, the in this World War III that we're in the beginning, that this whole world is in the beginning of. Okay, all right. You're not supposed to be protesting about, all right, women's rights and LGBTQ rights and don't touch my Social Security. Who gives a fuck about that shit? All right, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit is pointless. Okay, it's not the will of the Lord. It's not the what a righteous believer in the Lord would be thinking about. Okay, that's of the world. Okay, especially fucking women's rights and LGBTQ. That's of the world. Okay. But Jake wanna be in the world, okay, and that's why. And then the Democrats are gonna use you as cannon fodder. You fucking idiots. Anyway, continuing on. 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Right, the days are evil. We're in evil times, man. All right. So this is why in the 17th verse, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Right, and this is the will of the Lord. He wants this to happen. Okay. This because why? Prophecy has to be fulfilled. That's the point. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. Okay. So let's finish this off. Isaiah chapter 19 verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Right. These people are going to be in a state of confusion. All right. Begging for answers, but they're not going to get any answers. The Egyptians will lose heart, and I will confuse their plans. You see, they will plead with their idols for wisdom and call on the spirits, mediums, and those who consult the spirits of the dead. Right, and this is what the elites will be doing. All right, for the most part. Okay, and they're going to be more confused and more jacked up because when they see that America's through, they know their kingdom is through. Okay. 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Right, and it's looking like Donald Trump, man. Look at him. He's ready to set it off, man. Well, we'll see. Things are happening, and he hasn't been president for 6 months. Look at this. This is a brand new polling. All right, and again, he's being informed by the Secret Service, by the intelligence agencies. Okay, this is the thought process of the people on the left. So they're not just gonna get over that that their blue member team didn't get in or whatever, or get over the fact of your policies. So you're going to have to do something. And Trump will push an executive order. Hey, Insurrection Act. All right. Round these people up. Send in the military. Yep. And it's going to start at these protesting sites. Okay. And then you gotta see, this is why our people don't understand. All right, the protesting sites are a good spot to do false flags. Okay, and the elites, all right, thinking that they got the upper hand to move according to their agenda, all right, which is they're just going to be more confused when it doesn't pan out right, because the Lord is going to again confuse them. But they will set off a false flag, all right, so they can move the ball down, all right, down the court. And that's why you're not supposed to be in any of these stupid protests, all right, because you will become, all right, a casualty of their agenda, okay? Just throwing it out there. So, Lord willing, let's edify. And I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles, elders. As you can see, we're almost out of here. It's getting intense, but hey, it's all part of prophecy. Just, be circumspect. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. And when you pray, try to cover Shalom.